Okay, Millwall Palace, Crystal Palace, South London derby in the FA Cup third round. I was surprised at how flat Palace were in the first half, considering the rivalry between the two clubs. I know they haven't played each other for many years because they've been in different divisions, um, but very flat performance from Crystal Palace in the first half. You know, they couldn't get their wide players on the ball. They couldn't stamp their authority in the middle of the pitch. Millwall, physical, high press, high energy, and the Millwall goal from Afobe. We saw this last night at the Swindon Town Manchester City game with overcomplicating from passing out from the back, and there seems to be this perverse trend of every team trying to do it. There's a time and a place to play out from the back, and there's a time and a place to put your laces through it. What Jack Butland is doing, only Jack Butland knows. Just put your laces through it. And he's decided to overcomplicate it. Forward press. Afobe's there, picks up the attempted clearance from Jack Butland and slots it for possibly the easiest goal of his career. And he's played for a lot of clubs as Afobe. But yeah, that summed up Palace's first half. Very flat, off the boil. Couldn't really create much. And you're thinking this could be an upset for Crystal Palace today. You think that Millwall might go on another cup run. They've got a great history in this competition, obviously making the final in 2004, of upsetting clubs above them. And they've got a great history in doing that. The first half meandered. There was a few physical challenges in there. The weather, I don't think, helped. I think it's cold, it's wet. The atmosphere was very tense atmosphere in the ground. Second half, completely different story. Oilse finally gets a bit of space on the right hand side, cuts in on the left, and his goal on literally a minute after half time is just brilliant. The Millwall defence allowed him to cut in on his stronger left foot on the right hand side. And he is 2-footed, he can cross with his right foot. And they have been pushing him out on his right foot in the first half, not allowing him to cut in on the inside and create. But he cuts in and in off the post. What is it with these young players in wide positions scoring brilliant goals so far in the FA Cup? We saw it last night with Palmer, with his goal from a similar position. Oilse scores from a very similar position as well. Less power in the shot than Palmer's shot last night for Man City, but still just a great finish. Absolutely brilliant finish. He then hits the post in a carbon copy of the same chance. Minutes later, it could have been 2-1 minutes later. Oilse came to life, really opening up the right hand side. Millwall just failed to deal with him in the second half. They dealt with him really well in the first 45 minutes. The second 45, they just ran out of ideas how to stop him. He was allowed far too much space to cut in, link up play. Matetia's goal comes from breakdown in play, counter attack, quick pass to Oilse, cross. Mateta, it's a brilliant header. It's a gentle glancing header. He makes the space in the box. He hits the target. Nice, good run. But again, Oilse creating down the right hand side, and again being allowed to come in on his left hand side, on his left foot. They weren't closing him down. He was allowed time to pick his cross, get the pace of it right, the ball, the bend on the ball, and it is a brilliant, brilliant finish. That then sparked Millwall back into life. And it was a bit more of a feisty encounter. There was no real flow to the game. There was a lot of intensity, some challenges going in. The game was allowed to flow by the referee, who just let a lot of things go, which if this was a Premier League or Championship game, is being pulled up for a free kick. There should have been more bookings if we're going by if this was league play. The referee, however, refereed, I think, with common sense, because it could have got out of hand that way. But at the end of the day, Palace, that 15-16 minute spell, beginning of the second half, is where they won the game. But not really sold on Palace's performance. They weren't good enough throughout the entire 90 minutes to really stamp their authority. And yeah, they were so flat in the first half. Millwall, the difference in quality did tell in the end. And they had played so well in the first half, shutting down Oilse and Eze and Palace's counter-attack and pace. I was really surprised with how they started the second half and just allowed, especially Oilse, to come in on his left foot and open up and have opportunities. He had several chances on goal, and of course he scored one and creates one. Really surprised with that. It'll be interesting to see if Palace get in the next round. Of course, they've got Brighton away in the league, which is again another one of their derby matches, another feisty encounter coming up in the league. Millwall, they're a mid-table side in the Championship. they have an outside chance of making the playoffs if they go on a run of form. They can focus on that now. Palace, again, 11th in the Premier League, mid-table side, in different form at the moment. Can this kickstart their league campaign? Can they pick up some more wins? They are playing very progressively under Patrick Vieira. They are creating more chances than they were before. They're 7th best for chances created in the Premier League, so they've really kicked on since Vieira's taken over there. It'll be interesting to see how they can kick on with their league form now. But a solid result by Palace, not outstanding. I think they could have played better. They were very poor in the first half, and I think that's something they need to work on is making sure they start games on the front foot. Be interesting to see who they get in the fourth round. But thank you very much for watching. Please place your thoughts below, and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.